In the Gospel of Mark, Jesus faces 5 kinds of conflicts, 5 kinds of problems. What are those conflicts? People accused him, you are forgiving the sins of the sinner. Forgiving sin of a sinner was a big conflict. And the second conflict we find, they said, you are breaking the Sabbath law because on Sabbath you are working. Jesus said to the paralytic, get up, take your mat and go home. And they also said, you are not fasting, your disciples are not fasting. So you are breaking the laws. Also they said, you are eating with the sinners, moving with the sinners. So these are the conflicts Jesus faced in the society and in the synagogue. And who were the enemies, who were the adversaries? The enemies were the scribes, the Pharisees, Sadducees, Herodians, even his own people. Not all, some of them. So Jesus has 5 conflicts, also 5 type of peoples who became his enemies. So what is most important is we must always do good as Jesus did good in his life. So which is important? To keep the law is important, to save the man is important on Sabbath. So this is what Jesus is confronting with the people. So what is most important is to save a person. Life is important, not the laws. Man is not made for Sabbath, but Sabbath is made for man. So this is what Jesus said. And Jesus also giving the new teaching. So these are the new teaching. You cannot stitch with a new cloth and the old cloth. You cannot pour the new wine into the old wine skin. That means the teachings of Jesus give us always the new thing. So we must act and we must accept the new teaching of Jesus. So this is what even in the church sometimes we receive the new teachings. So there is a lot of change sometimes. And people, those who are used to the old laws, rituals, customs, they are not able to accept even today. But Jesus is telling us in the gospel to keep open our hearts and minds, to accept the new teachings of Christ, the new teachings of the church. As we have come around this altar, let us experience the joy of Christ. Once the bridegroom is there, there is no fasting. Jesus is a bridegroom. And there is a celebration in the Eucharist. So the Eucharist is giving us a lot of joy, happiness, and let us celebrate. May the good Lord bless us all in this Mass.